Hey everybody, it's Kevin at Kev's Hobbies. Today's a cool day, Saturday, September 2nd. I've been waiting for a little over a week when I ordered my Humminbird Mega Live. And you know, it's got that $500 rebate and whatnot. But so like I said, I ordered it a week ago. I got my my mount installed. Posted that video earlier this week, and I installed it and played with it a little bit. But now the Mega Live arrived today, so it's like Christmas again. So here is the box, and we get to do the unboxing, I guess you can say. So pretty excited about that. So very cool. There it is, Mega Live imaging, the whole smash. So let me get this out of the box. And let's see what's all included in the Mega Live imaging. Let me see how this is easily opened. Oh, there it is. Okay. There we go. That's how that opens up. Packing. I think this I'm not sure how long this is. The Ethernet port. The screws. One is my transducer cable, one is my Ethernet port, or one is my power cable, one's my Ethernet port, I should say. So let's try to figure out what is what here. Oh, this is power right here. I was wondering how they were going to do the power. I did not understand, what the deal was. Like, are they just going to give me a cord and I'm going to, how am I going to quick disconnect this, because this is essentially a portable unit. So they didn't really explain how power was easily connected, disconnected from your system, from your battery. So that's nice. This is the power cable. This is the Ethernet port that goes into my Ethernet switch. And then the Mega Live unit is right here. Okay, so that's the Ethernet, and then it comes with all kinds of hardware right here and extra cable. It has extra Ethernet cable. It looks like this is a 20-foot Ethernet cable extension right here. So that's cool. And this would be a power cable with the leads, so that I can connect this to the battery. I can route this, loosely in the boat, unless I know that this is the spot I want to put, the Mega Live. But if I wanted to switch sides, I could loosely, angle it out. Not to mention, when I'm duck hunting, I'm taking all of this off. Again, that's another reason for the VersaTrack mount. I can take all this stuff off when it comes to duck hunting season and nothing is in my boat. I take off my Humminbird, my front Humminbird. I leave the rear on just because it gets shallow and whatnot. But it's nice to have But now here, very thick cable, amazingly enough. I wonder how much power this draws. That's pretty thick cable. So I'm going to have to you know, connect this up to my posts. And I've got those posts. I don't know. Oh, they're down there somewhere. My new posts. And then this is a power cable here for the quick disconnect. I'm going to guess right here. So that also comes with it. I'm not sure exactly what that is, but that actually might be a I don't even know what that is. Interference, some kind of interference, power interference module that helps you not get interference from, you know, anything else that's running at the time. So that's kind of cool. So I can't wait to put all this together. I hope they sent something like that. In here, there are zip ties. Looks like some sort of sticky, not sure. A couple of bolts, hardware bolts, Allen wrench, and some instructions right there for that one. Instruction manuals and manuals how to use the unit right there. And I don't know, some kind of pad here. Breeze! Breeze! No, here. So what I am missing are the knuckles. And here they are. This is the clamp and the knuckles that go onto my pole right here. Same with this. This is the other side to it right here. And then there's a third. And that actually clamps. There's a, so that you know, you can rotate your unit the degrees that you need, whether you're forward facing or down facing or landscape modes or whatever. So all the hardware is here in here for that. So that's good. Can't wait to get all this put together. This is going to be awesome. Okay. Really, really cool. So I do have a little bit of a surprise for everyone here, because it is a surprise for me, and I'm not going to lie about that. So I'm just going to put this to the side for now. Because, like I said, it was an absolute surprise for me. So I figure, what the hell, I'll share it with you. So I'm going to slide this in here for a second, because I don't want you to think that I'm jerking your chain. But this also arrived today, and I'm afraid to open it up and find out what it is, but I pretty well know what it is. It's a second Mega Live imaging. They sent me two. I have no idea how or why that happened, but I only ordered one, and somehow I got two. So I'm gonna have to be a nice guy and send this back to them. And that's that. But I just thought you guys would get a good chuckle out of that. Yeah, they sent me two Mega Live imaging. I only paid for one. So isn't that cool? Well, we're going to come back and we're going to, you know, have a video, and I'm going to put it all together on this mount. The biggest challenge again is going to be wiring that power up. I got to find those connectors to work with that, and I don't know exactly where I'm going to find that, because I know I don't have any here at home with me. So, but isn't that something? 2 Mega Live imaging. I was waiting and waiting and waiting, and maybe for waiting they said, well, he deserves 2. What do you think about that? Anyways, I'll be right back. I think maybe I'll put it on a little later today, but I'm going to go read some instructions here real quick. This is kind of an important one. I got to read the instructions right so I know what's what. But I'm going to read the instructions off camera, and then we'll come back and we'll put it all together. Okay. So after I didn't really read it too heavily, but I really wanted to find out what the deal was with this. This is a noise filter, and it's used to cut out noise from your trolling motor to your charging battery to your charging systems. It's used to cut out noise that occurs from your trolling motor to your battery through your charging system. Now I have a battery in the front, I have a battery in the back, but they're 12 volts, so I don't have a 24 volt system. They're just 2 single 12 volt batteries. The front trolling motor charger goes to that battery up there, and that trolling motor goes to that battery as well. But my Mega Live will be off of this line here, which doesn't have a trolling motor hooked to it. So I should be able to eliminate the interference or not have an interference problem. So I don't think I'm going to need this noise canceling or interference canceling device. They call it, I can't remember, I don't know why they call it what they call it. 20. Oops. I don't speak French. 20. They call it a choke cable. And I'm guessing it chokes out interference. They can't call it an interference cable. I'm sure probably it's proprietary. Anyways, they call it a choke cable. So right now, I am not going to install that. I don't see the need unless I do get interference on my system, but I shouldn't from my trolling motor through my charging system. It just shouldn't be an issue. Like I said, if I had the Mega Live running off of that battery, I think it might be an issue, and at least I have that in my hip pocket, and I can always add that a little bit later. So that, as they say, is that. So again, I think this only applies if your the battery that you're hooking your system up to. Now many boats run a 24 volt system. I do not, or 36 volt. I do not. I just have 2 separate 12 volt batteries. So far it's worked well for me. You know, the only thing that's I'm a little hesitant about is, you know, I don't know how much power this Mega Live uses, but it's a lot. This is my transducer, and it is marked up. Now, one of the cool things about this is that I didn't even realize this, but they actually come with these little clips on here, and what it does, this is for zip ties so that zip ties don't damage the cable itself. They've got these every so often. Now, I had gone with this Seelite holder. They actually sell clips that secure the cable to the pole itself. These actually just, I don't know if you can see that here. Let me back this up. These actually just clip on just like that, and this runs through. Now, if I'd have known that, I'd save 30 bucks. And but I was worried about damaging the cables, so I didn't want to zip tie it. So, but I didn't realize that Humminbird actually comes with these little clips on already, and I don't believe that clip will actually go around that. I'll just look at it right now, but I don't think it will. Yep, nope. Yep, nope, it won't. Now, it will clip around the cable itself and hold that in place, and allow it to run in, but it definitely won't go around those clips. So I don't even know if I need these now. Well, I can probably sell them or return them or something, I'm gonna guess. I don't know. We'll see. Okay. The locking screw is flat. I can take this out. Good. Okay. That, as they say, is that. Okay, there's another screw here with another lock washer right here. Okay, that's good to go. Uh-oh. Okay, so that collar is set on there. Okay, well, this has been a little bit of a Rubik's Cube trying to figure this out. Most of the instructions that I found anywhere, I can basically take the instruction manual that came with it and throw it in the garbage. But it's meant to be, all the instructions are based off mounting it to a Ultrex trolling motor, which this isn't the case. They don't even give the option in the instructions to mount it on a pole, and they sell a pole. So I find that just completely disturbing. So, you know, I mounted this on here the way I thought it would go, but I literally had to go online, and I was looking at some instructions, and I saw some sketch pictures as to how this would mount. You know, because my big thing was, I don't know where the radar comes from, or sonar, not radar, sonar, where the sonar comes out of. I don't know if it comes out of the flat plate. I don't know if it comes out of the side. I don't know if it comes out of the bottom. There's nothing that tells you where it comes out. So I didn't know which, when it says front, which way is front? Which way should that be pointing? That way? That way? That way? Or that way? I don't have a clue. So I did just a crap load of research trying to figure this out. And once I did, I realized that there's a little thing that looks like a nose right here. That's pretty much your direction as to how you're facing. So with that, I mounted it on there. But again, I'm not mounting it on the front of my boat, on the front of my trolling motor. I'm mounting it on the side of my boat. So what I really struggled with was trying to figure out, and here I'll show you. So where the handle is, you know, which way do I want to point that? Okay, so I'm in the boat and I've got the handle pointing at me in the boat. Where do I want this live sonar to point? Now it's all different degrees of, you know, straight down, or, you know, angled out, or landscape mode, which is panning mode. But which way do I want to have it in relation to this? Now, I had it mounted parallel to this, which means that when this was out, my nose of the cone of the transducer was pointing straight out. And I figured, well, I'm fishing out here, but the truth of the matter is, you know, you're going to be scanning a lot while you're moving your boat going forward. So you do want it to point forward or straight down right here with it at an angle. So when I'm like this, I am perfectly parallel to my boat. So I am shooting at an angle either straight down or at an angle that way. And landscape, again, straight out, but landscape mode. So that's how I have it set up. There was nowhere. Live scope, yeah, there's lots of live scope videos online, but there are very few Mega Live. Well, there's Mega Live how-to on the Humminbird, but nothing on, you know, mounting it to a pole and which direction it is. Absolutely nothing. Even the Seelite one had a live scope, and live scope is different than Mega Live, and it acts differently. So I didn't really understand how that works. So now that I got it, I got this parallel. So now if I want to you know, move forward, scan forward, you know, I can pick this up, or because right now it's on D. Okay, so the forward mode is right there, and there's, well, right there, okay, and right there. So there's 2 different degrees of forward mode, and then you can go to the landscape mode, which goes right, whoops, it's kind of hard to see here. Okay, and then the landscape mode kind of goes just like that. So this nose kind of is at an angle, pointing sort of down but out like this, with that handle parallel to it. And then again, you know, if I'm scanning, you know, I point the handle to the front of the boat, and then I can scan out that way from my boat. That's the way I'm understanding it. I'm going to take it out, play with it. That's the only way that I've learned that I can do this, because trying to read directions, it just isn't doing it. Never is. So getting out and playing with it, that's the best way to do it, at least as far as I'm concerned. But yeah, so tip this in, and then go back to forward mode. And there is actually 2 different degrees of forward mode. That's what they call down mode right there. And then there's another forward mode with a landscape mode going that way, which I don't really understand. So that's what they call the optional landscape mode, is flopping this down and having it like shoot backwards. But the recommended landscape mode is this right here. Okay, well, this is how this is going to be situated in my boat, I think. You know, I can swing this one of 2 ways, and I haven't decided how. I can actually just swing it out and down. Or I can swing it this way. Just trying to figure out what the best mode is. Obviously this is going to be probably in my way, but right there. Okay. And then let me just drop it down how we want it to sit. And then tighten this down. Well, actually, yeah. Tighten that down. Unloosen this. Point the handle inward. And now we are set up here for viewing. Actually, I got it a little crooked. Needs to go 1 more notch. There we go. Okay. Now it's perfectly square with my boat. I can actually, if I wanted to, I can move this in just a shade, tighten that, loosen that up just a little bit so that this can be moved, and then there you go. Bob's your uncle. So I just wanted to show this to you. And with a nice little loop at the bottom here, right at the transducer, so that you can rotate as necessary, and also drop it down into landscape mode without binding up the cables at all. But cables have clips, and they are zip tied at the appropriate locations. Humminbird provides these little clips, so that's nice. And then this came with, well, actually I ordered it separate, the Seelite clips, so that just holds it in place, secondary. Okay, let's take a look at this transducer real quick here. Okay, there's my dog going sneaking off. Hey. Hey. Lay down. Okay. So now with my handle perpendicular to my boat, my handle would be perpendicular to my boat just like this, and I set it up so that my transducer is now facing the angle of direction. This knuckle right here, or hinge I guess you were, when your boat is traveling in the water, it's good to have the water pressure against this, pressing this closed rather than pushing it open, so that way you know that you've got this installed. If you had this installed on the back side of this, then that hinge would be forcing itself open like a clamshell, and you wouldn't want that while you're traveling. So that's why I have it. Now we're perfectly in down mode right here. If you can see, there is a little nose to this right here. This is your actual sonar right there. I did not know that. These 2 points right here and here are your water detection. The unit will not operate unless it is submerged up to at least that point. These are contacts, water contacts. So be mindful of that you want your the depth at least to there, if not completely submerged. Now they recommend at least 6 inches of water. Now you'll find on your unit you can actually, I think, adjust this to -10 foot. I would probably, my water level is here on the boat, and so I'm probably about 1 foot into the water, and I would guess that'd be a good range, simply because if there's waves or anything like that, this could pull out of the water and give you erratic readings if it's too windy out. Okay, so let's go on this side of it. And it's probably rather difficult to see at this point, but let's see if you can see. Right now we are on down mode. If I were to click it forward, each click is 10 degrees, so you can click 10 degrees, 20 degrees, 30 degrees, 40 degrees to forward mode. And that forward mode is obviously for deeper water, and then you can proceed to go forward mode 50, 60, 70, 80 degrees, and then even I think 90 degrees right there. That would give you more for top water use. But you can see the L right there, and you want to get it at least there. That's a shallow angle for what we consider landscape mode, and we can just pop that up, and that is a shallow angle for landscape mode. Now we can also do a little bit deeper mode. That's mid between you know, maybe 15 to 20 feet, and that would be even deeper water right there for landscape mode. You know, probably some of your deepest depths at landscape mode right there. You want to get a really wide angle, some of the structure down and whatnot. If you don't have Mega 360 on your boat, which I don't, and I don't plan to, at least not anytime soon. But make note of where your depth is on your boat, because you're going to need it to that setting, you know, where your transducer is, because you're going to make note of that on the transducer itself, on the head unit itself. You're going to have to adjust that correctly for this unit to operate properly. But so yeah, you know, there's so right there. Okay, so yeah, we got it in forward mode, but there's forward mode also at a 90 degrees. Now you can also scan and turn this as you need it. My handle, if I did this, my handle would be facing that way. It would probably come out like this for that, and then you know, I can turn it, and again it's facing that way. But I would probably never have need to turn it like that, and that would be more facing under the boat, I guess you could say. Okay, so my screen is overheating because it's getting really hot out here. But that is the Mega Live in a nutshell. Hopefully it gives you kind of like a brief overview on the installation for mounting it on a transducer pole rather than a trolling motor mount. So okay. I hope it helps somebody. If you have any comments or questions, you want to leave them below. I try to answer everything that I can. Obviously I have yet to take this thing out for a spin. I have to do all the wiring yet for it, but I'll get to that eventually. It's going to be 100 degrees today, and I'm not doing it anytime soon. So we'll get there eventually. So till next time, take care. Good luck fishing.